Hey everyone, First T here. Thanks for checking out this YouTube channel.
Patrick, congratulations. We'd like to welcome our 2021 BMW Championship winner to the virtual interview room here. Patrick, what a long day for you to get your 5th PGA Tour title, become the first 3-time winner of the season, and move to #1 in FedEx Cup. How are you feeling after a marathon day of golf for your 5th career win?
I'm a little tired, but very, very happy. I mean, I played really well all week. At the beginning of the week, I didn't realize it would take that many under par to just force a playoff. But I hit, a lot of good shots today, and it was just enough.
All right, with that, we will go into questions. If you can still hear us, Patrick, for media on the line, if you'd like to take yourself off video and mute when it's your turn. We'll start with Doug Ferguson. Doug?
Patrick, pretty good show today. Well done.
Thank you.
Just curious, was there ever a moment that you thought you weren't going to win? And if not, why not?
I liked Bryson's chances of making that 6 or 8 footer up the hill or whatever it was. And yeah, I thought he was going to make that putt. I was maybe the only time that, I really thought I was done. But, he didn't make it. That's golf. So I played really well and just tried to focus on the task at hand all day. Even, some of the bad shots I hit today, just tried to reset and take it fresh from there.
Secondly, had you heard Patty Ice before? And is that going to be a hard nickname to live up to?
I don't know. That's the first time I've heard it. But I got it all week. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 guys that followed me around maybe all 4 days, and they just every hole screaming it. These were some of the most supportive, loudest fans I've ever experienced.
Well done.
All right, next we'll go to Jerry Coleman in Baltimore, 105.7, The Fan. Jerry, go ahead.
Patrick, congratulations. And about the Caves Valley experience, your thoughts on that and the way the course played throughout the not only the 4 rounds, but also the extra holes.
Yeah, I thought the course was great theater, obviously. Lots of birdies and a great finishing hole. It was easy. I knew it was going to play easy, and you were going to need to make a lot of birdies when I was playing the practice round. I mentioned to the guys it's going to be well into the 20s. And that's just mostly to do with it being as soft as it was. I think this golf course would be very different if it was firm. But it's wide and there's not a ton of trouble, so it was a birdie fest out there, and it felt like your foot was on the gas from the word go.
Was there something going on between you and Bryson? The commentators were talking about an exchange that happened on 14.
He just wanted me to stop walking. We had just been told by the rules officials to kind of speed up, and I'm not always the fastest walker, so I was trying to get ahead and do my part. No big deal. That stuff kind of happens every once in a while out here.
All right, next question. We're going to go to Steve DeMeglio, USA Today. Steve?
Patrick, do you realize how good you putted this week? Your strokes gained, I guess, is the greatest mark ever since they started tracking in 2004.
What did it beat Kevin Na when he beat me, and it seemed like he was making everything on the planet?
Yes, it did. You had the highest mark, I think, in regulation 72 holes, 14.58 or 78 shots you picked up on the field.
Good, a little redemption then.
How good did it feel, that putter in your hand all week?
Yeah, it felt great. I actually switched to that putter through 2 rounds last week. So I think I took it out on Saturday last week. And I have been working with the guys over at Scotty Cameron all year since I got into this new putter. Around maybe Wells Fargo was the first week I put this model in. And finally have one that feels absolutely perfect, and I can't thank those guys over at Scotty Cameron, Paul Vazanko and Jose enough. They just they sent me a ton of putters, and I got the magic one now.
What kind of model is it?
I think it's a Phantom X5. I think that's what they call it.
And last question, what was the best putt you hit all day? And the most meaningful?
You know, I think the bogey save on 17 was a tricky little putt. And obviously not the way I wanted to play that hole, but that kept me in the golf tournament, and it was a tricky putt, and you know, saving just a bogey there and keeping me just one shot going into 18. That was a really big putt. And then obviously, you know, the one on 18 in regulation, you know, but they all mattered. They all mattered, I guess, the same. I needed all of them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Patty Ice.
Next, we'll go to Ben Everell, PGAtour.com. Ben?
Thanks, mate. Well done. Look, you haven't had the greatest of results at East Lake so far, but you start there next week 10 under with the lead and that big advantage. How does it shape up for you, given that's the case?
I think just trying to reset and play the golf tournament like any other golf tournament, just trying to put a bunch of rounds in the 60s on the board. It's a really good golf course. It's usually in fantastic shape. Those guys down there always bring their A game when it comes to course conditions, and it's a golf course that I actually like. I haven't played that well there in the past, that's true, but you know, it's a golf course I like. I like the visuals out there, and I'm looking forward to you know, having a better result this year.
What will you have to do, I guess, better than you had in those other 3 times to have those better scores you need?
I think driving the ball in the fairway there is very important with the Bermuda rough, and in the past we've had it firm, so that you know, highlights putting the ball in the fairway even a little more. And I think staying below the hole there is actually very important. I think the greens have lots of pitch, usually back to front, and the greens are very fast. So as many uphill putts as you can get, then you really have some chances at making some.
Well done, mate. Good work today, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Brentley Romine with Golf Channel. Brentley?
Patrick, your 3 wins this season. You know, Zozo, you beat JT and John Rahm. You beat Morikawa at Memorial. Now you take down Bryson here. What's inside of you, and what allows you to be able to, in the biggest moments, go up against the best of your peers and get the job done?
I think a lot of determination and a lot of focus, and I'm as focused as I can be on every single shot, and I try not to let my mind get past the moment that I'm in, and maybe that's why I come across a little sedated out there, but I'm locked in and I'm as focused as I can be, and then I kind of let the chips fall where they do. I try not to get caught up in being outdriven 45 yards or whatever it is, and I just try and lock in and do my absolute best in that moment, and you know, my best is pretty good.
And secondly, if I could follow up, just talk about, I think this pretty much solidifies your spot on the Ryder Cup team. How stoked are you to get, you know, over to Whistling Straits and compete for the first time? Yeah,
I'm excited. You know, Fred Couples texted me this week, said it looks like he's going to be one of the assistant captains, and so he'll be up there. And I've been talking with Xander, obviously, and JT and Jordan, and we're really looking forward to it. It's nice to you know, get in on points. I think that's the case, and I'm really looking forward to that whole event. I've heard so much about it and watched it growing up, and so I mean, I'm sure it will be everything I've imagined and more, and I will lock in there, and hopefully we'll get a victory.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
All right, and we're going to go back to Doug Ferguson. Doug?
Pat, I just had a couple of little ones for you. I thought I noticed a line on your ball for putting. Is that new?
That's new, and I use it on shorter putts if they don't have very much break. I thought it just maybe got me a little more specific on the really straight short putts, and I don't use it on very many putts, but I think it's helping a little bit on, you know, 3 to 5 footers.
Okay. Another thing, just being observant as you are, did you happen to notice Bryson tipping his cap in the gallery walking up 18 regulation?
No, I didn't notice that.
Okay, and then lastly, and you make a good point about his 6-footer in the, I forgot what playoff the hole was, but you know, looking like it might be over. But what about being one shot behind and seeing the ball go in the water on 17. Was that not, what was going through your mind there at that point?
Yeah, I was obviously very disappointed. I think I misjudged the wind a little bit and then didn't catch all of the golf ball. I caught it pretty good, but I didn't catch all of the golf ball. And it wasn't a great shot, especially in that moment. But pretty soon I got to thinking, you know, let's try and make 4 here and at least, you know, at least not take all the pressure off of him. And we both had 4s on that hole, and that really kept me in the golf tournament. Kind of switched the momentum a little bit. It would have been, you know, almost insurmountable going if I would have went down 2 going into 18.
And then lastly, what did he say to you when you won? Because he didn't talk to us. Just curious.
He hasn't been talking to you guys for a while.
Sorry about that.
I think he just said, you know, congrats, nice playing. And I said the same, you know, he played great all week. We traded blows pretty much all day, and he really did put on an exhibition with the driver.
And lastly, and I swear I'll hang up after this, but is there any part of you that's wondering if there's a BMW jinx on you, considering what happened 2 years ago at Medina?
Yeah, not anymore. I did have some of those thoughts. I was talking with Revy about it. Wow, I mean, there's just been some really low scores. I mean, I didn't think it would even get into the 20s at Medina. I had a hunch about this week, but I mean, I don't know what we were, 26, 27 under. That's a lot.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thanks.
All right, Patrick, again, thank you for joining us. Congratulations and best of luck next week.
Thanks, Amanda.